Feast your eyes on this 2017 Porsche 911 Turbo S, 580 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. Incredibly fast, incredibly beautiful. What an amazing car. These things don't come cheap. You could buy a house for $221,000 or this, which is what it cost when it was brand new. Even being 6 years old, this car still costs well into the six figures, but it's a Porsche, so what do you expect? In this video, I'm gonna show you around this 911 Turbo S. It comes with quite a few options, so I'll show you what those are, and I'll show you what this car is like to drive. To see what's powering this beast, there's a switch here you pull up on, and the rear engine cover automatically lifts up. Sadly, there's not much to see, just know that there's 580 horsepower underneath all this. Porsche charges so much for even the littlest options, and this one does have some that I'll show you, and I'll show you the price tag that comes along with that. Before we get into the options, I wanted to point out all of the standard equipment that came with this 911 Turbo S. The 3.8 liter twin turbocharged engine, massive numbers, 580 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque. Its famous PDK transmission with crazy quick shifts. It's magical air suspension, PASM, torque vectoring, and also ceramic brakes and huge wheels that I'll talk about here in a second. Side rear intakes painted in high gloss black, $600. Tinted taillights, $600. I didn't even know that was an option. Guess how much this carbon fiber overlaid mirrors are? $1,400. Carbon fiber door sill guards with the light illuminated, $1,400. Carbon fiber mats with the leather edge, $965. And that's not even half the options on this car. And this car isn't even fully optioned. Can you imagine how much it would cost if you ticked all of those boxes when ordering? This could have easily cost $300,000-$400,000 and who knows how much. But there's a reason why these cars are so expensive, because they're just that good. I mean, how many cars can go from 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds? Big thanks to my friends at Covert Buick GMC for letting me drive this 2017 Porsche 911 Turbo S. There's a reason why Porsche can charge such high prices. It's because cars like this perform at a hypercar-like level, but they're also very comfortable, livable, amazing daily drivers. The seats in this car are great, really supportive, comfortable. It's got all of the technology that you need. Air conditioning blows super cold. You could drive this car around every day and have no clue of what the capabilities are of this. If you've been watching the other videos in my channel, you know that I own a 2016 Porsche Macan. And so all of this feels very familiar. It's interesting that the steering wheel, the dash layout, the gauges, they're largely the same. The center console area, the dash layout, what it feels like when you're seated in the driver's seat. It's actually kind of funny that the Porsche Macan is so reminiscent of everything that's in this car. But that's where the similarities end. This car, of course, has carbon fiber everywhere. Carbon fiber hiding the cup holders. There's a side pocket here on the door panel which you could extend out, but even with this extending out, you can't really fit anything in there. If you own this car, you probably have an important job, so you have a place to hang your coat back here. What annoys me about the interior is that the gear lever gets in the way. So not only do you have to reach around to operate these switches, you can't even see what they are because they're hidden. There is one thing that comes free with this car, a smoker's package. This car comes with very expensive ceramic brakes, which are fantastic, and these yellow brake calipers, and a center lug nut, so I imagine it's very easy to take the wheel on and off, just like Formula One race cars. There's a button here where you can extend or retract the spoiler. This one comes with a very useful option of being able to lift up the front end, which comes in very handy for slopes and driveways. The problem with driving a car like this is it's almost impossible to drive it normally. You know there's 580 horsepower that you really want to take advantage of, but as fast as this car is, Outside of a track, where else are you going to be able to experience it? From every stoplight, you can take off as quickly as humanly possible, but then outside of that, this Turbo S is entirely too fast. Porsche does a really good job of making you feel like a good driver because you can still manage this insane power. There's enough guardrails built into the car where it can keep you from doing something dumb. The handling and everything is unquestionably great. The brakes are absolutely incredible, those giant ceramic brakes. And you got 3 modes. You got your normal mode and Sport Plus. In Sport Plus, things get pretty stiff, very track ready, track prepared, so that's not the mode that you'd probably want to drive in. I think Sport hits the right balance. When you get into Sport and Sport Plus, the exhaust does get louder, so I'm going to show you what the difference in sound looks like. Here's what it sounds like in normal mode. Jeez, it's so quick. You really do have to stay in sport mode just because of the extra exhaust noise. All of the crackles and the pops, it really just comes alive. Whoa. Jeez. Wow. Jeez. Oh my God. That sensation of speed with this thing, absolutely incredible. That was some serious acceleration. You actually felt those G-forces like you do in a Tesla. That's crazy. This Porsche Turbo is something else. That kind of acceleration combined with your 911 handling dynamics and the grip and the incredible braking with the ceramic brakes, that combination, it's impossible to match. What was the MSRP on this thing again? $221,000? I think I know exactly why. The capabilities of this car truly are of a different level. This is such a light and nimble car that it really is a blast to drive. It truly is enjoyable. You almost have to drive a 911 to believe it because there really is no comparison. This is one of a kind. The Porsche 911s are insanely great cars, so that insanely high price tag is completely justified. But luckily, not all Porsches are that expensive. A 996 Porsche 911 from 20 years ago, you could get one for under $30,000 and you still get all of that Porsche goodness. The rear engine layout, the amazing handling, you get the essence of a Porsche, what makes it special. And driving this car reminded me of why I like 911 so much. And even though I just got my E39 M5, I can't help myself. I have to look for my next car. Yep, a 911.